This is a story you will see only on Fox 5. We are digging deeper after a young man was found murdered on an abandoned property in Frederick County. This land has a long history that involves a pediatrician convicted of drug charges and arson and years of neglect. And now neighbors say enough is enough.
Eckenrode has been charged with murdering high school classmate Curtis Mason Smith. But when detectives searched Eckenrode's apartment in Thurmont Monday, court documents revealed the discovery of a stash of guns, 2 live explosive devices, bomb-making materials, a tactical vest, a note with, quote, apologies for having to go out this way, and a written plan of action detailing guns strategically stored in different stages at an unknown location. The evidence was consistent with Eckenrode possibly intending on committing a mass shooting and or mass casualty event. Detectives think the victim of the murder, Curtis Mason Smith, went to see Eckenrode Friday. According to charging documents in the case, they believe Smith was shot during the meeting at Eckenrode's apartment in Thurmont. Investigators believe Smith's body was stuffed into the back of his own car, which was abandoned at a property in North Frederick.
Knowing more about this, I think Mason was a hero. His death stopped something in this community that's been very tragic. It shouldn't be here anymore.
Family of Mason Smith say the property needs to be cleaned up and secured after the 19-year-old's body was discovered here.
This is a property known to probably a lot of teenagers in the area.
The sheriff's office says there have been about 40 calls for service here in the last decade since the land was abandoned.
I look across the street and I remember the days growing up here.
It used to be something spectacular. Stephen Bender gave us these photos from the 70s.
Hogan Companies also tells me tonight that it's made efforts to secure this property, to board up those structures, but the vandalism has continued. We are going to continue to look into this and find out what is next for this land. Back to you.
Let's jump back to the beginning of the property's life. In 1774, this land was part of almost 300 acres that made up the colony of Tasker's Chance. It would next become farmland for the Schley family from 1830 until 1911, when it was purchased by Thomas Poole Jones. Then, in 1972, it was purchased by pediatrician Dr. Nicola Tarasso. A lover of horses, Tarasso made the farm available to the local 4-H club, as well as building a greenhouse to produce his own vegetables and herbs. Before his retirement in 2007, he was instrumental in providing medical services to migrant workers and their families in the area. After retiring, he converted the barn into a pain management clinic, and this is where things went sour.
Gosh, it's just so overgrown, it's hard to get to. Yeah, it was just like a pond, because that's too shallow to be a pool. Pants are legitimately like, I feel like I just jumped in water. Yeah, what do you suppose this is? Or was? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, statue.
Yeah, look here.
Yep.
Water probably ran through that.
Yep. It's just like a little all seasons room or something.
During 1 year's time, federal investigators uncovered that Tarasso had been serving between 50 and 80 clients a day and prescribing the painkiller oxycodone, sometimes without ever even seeing the patient.
I wonder what all this paperwork is. HPV, cervical cancer, and beyond. This is like a medical listing for vaccines and doses of all sorts of medicine. Like a lot of this is medical stuff. Children's National Medical Center 2010 calendar. Yeah, there's a bat in here. Holy crap.
It was about a foot from my head.
Yeah, he came flying over you. Yeah, unfortunately, this place is pretty wrecked. Oh, there's a bumblebee crawling. Get out of here. Don't enter, please. Well, you know we gotta.
After the clinic was shut down and his medical license revoked, Tarasso fled to South America and abandoned the property.
Little closet. Oh, this was a big room. They had their own fireplace. And here's Eric getting the clout shot. Master bedroom here. Look at that, they even had a bidet. It's a small bath, a hot tub. They like ripped all the carpet up down here. Ooh. Look at all the the mattresses and just the teddy bear on top of it. Give it that little extra creepy touch.
Could have like a bedroom set up down here.
Yeah, just a lot of like, it might have been a kids hangout area down here where they just stored a lot of their stuff. Here's some girl's homework.
On evolution.
Yeah. Kitchen. Let's check out this pig. I don't even know what it was. That's a big stove too.
Yeah.
Even had lights on top of it.
That literally looks like a restaurant.
Right? Here was like our lounge.
Oh, it's like a urine in here though.
Living room. Some pills. Normal bath. Just another bedroom.
These ruins are the original farmhouse, which was on the National Register of Historic Places, and part of its construction dates back to the 18th and 19th centuries. It caught fire in 2010 and was removed from the list a few years later.
Yeah, look how they had it covered with like a net. Fly zapper. There's a fountain there in front of it. Oh, check this out, some old trophies. Yeah, this is pretty moldy in here. Oh, and look at the old writing. Like, that is old. Oh, I saw now. Yeah, this one has been overgrown for a long time. That is just completely caved in.
After the murder, the property was reboarded yet again, but vandals have found their way in. The barn remained sealed and we left it as such, but a neighbor reported that medical documents and needles were left scattered inside.
So we're starting walking through.
Last month, Remarchek went inside the barn that served as Tarasso's medical clinic.
Oh, dang.
Finding old paperwork and a lot more.
Syringes.
Yeah, people were scrapping this thing out.
The car that Smith was found in was naturally taken for evidence, but this other scrapped out car remains.
Do you think they're trapped? No, they're not. I seen one run out. He ran over there.
Neighbors have long been tired of the nuisance property, and after the murder spurred things, it broke that the property was actually owned in part by current Maryland Governor Larry Hogan.
I'm like, perfect, we'll just write him a letter and he'll be able to fix everything.
But not so fast.
7 years ago, almost, when I was elected governor, I was required to put all the stock interest I held in any company into a blind trust.
When asked about the property, Governor Larry Hogan says under state ethics rules, he has no role in the company. His brother now serves as president.
I'm not allowed to talk to any of them about any properties. I'm prohibited from knowing anything about it.
While the governor could not comment on the status of the property, permits show that in 2014, the company had plans to demolish the buildings and put up 11 new homes on the land. But nothing began, and the permit is now expired.